There is a nonprofit in Portland that has created a new plastic tent, and I thought we could look at it together.
Homer Williams with Harbor of Hope is on a mission to help the homeless.
It's really finding a path back to housing.
The nonprofit addresses the diverse needs.
Everybody wants to get back to housing. How about just worry about today? Why is everybody worried about tomorrow?
Needs of the homeless population in Portland.
I mean, I get it. I guess I get it. I don't get it. Just don't worry about tomorrow, bro. I'm glad you're making a tent or something. Don't worry about tomorrow.
And surrounding communities. Last year, they handed out thousands of tents and sleeping bags, but all the rain Portland gets was a problem.
So yeah, look, people hand out all these tents, and tents are illegal.
All their clothes get soaked. Their sleeping bags get soaked.
Well, put a tarp over it.
Their feet rot. They're never dry. It's horrible.
Yeah, wet feet is a legit homeless problem.
Horrible. And so I just felt there needed to be a better solution.
Williams teamed up with Lit Workshop in Portland to come up with a solution and came up with these rigid tents made out of corrugated plastic. They are warmer, waterproof, and much sturdier than regular tents.
It's a rigid tent. You can take a baseball bat and you're not going to hurt it.
They went around Portland with the tent.
Ooh, I like that lock. What's that front made out of? Is that metal?
And asked people what they thought.
Could you have a light? Could you lock the door? Could you? And they kept working at it.
They use that feedback to perfect the tent.
Okay. Looks good. I mean, I got some points, but let's keep going.
The floor is now insulated with enough space for 2 people, their belongings, and a pet.
And there's a light.
2 people, a pet, and belongings. I mean, technically, you could stuff all that in there.
And a solar cell. It charges your phone.
Oh, nice.
So far, 6 of these tents are being
Now look. Oh, wait. I was wondering why there was a carpet over this one. Probably just to dry it out.
tested out in the community.
Or maybe they're using it as insulation. I mean, is the top insulated? He says the floor is insulated.
Plans to release more.
They will do best. And the
Look, okay, this is interesting, though. They're still putting tarps over them.
clients will do best in a facility that is protected and managed.
Williams hopes the tent will serve as a path
Why is there a tarp over it?
off the streets.
Of course, we want them to move
Why do we want them to move on?
Maybe to a tiny house.
Okay, a tiny house. How about we ask them what they want for one goddamn minute? Jesus
And then
Christ.
maybe it's into a repurposed motel or
I hear Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are divorced. Maybe you can move in there.
an apartment that'll get built.
Yeah, build an apartment.
Says regardless of how modest the first step is, the priority lies in getting people off the street and into a safe place.
If we can do that, we can be successful. If we can't get people off the street, we will not get our city back. It's that
Is that what he wants?
simple.
Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.
All right. I love it. I'm so glad he has done it. I work with a lot of chronically homeless people, and I just bought a $200 tent for a friend of mine, and it's a 12-person tent that you can stand up in. So one of the things that my homeless friends tell me is they like a structure that they can stand up in. Because have you ever gone camping? Like, it sucks having to change your clothes laying on the ground. It sucks. I mean, you can do it for a weekend, but do it for 3 years and see how that makes you feel. So I'm not dissing this guy's thing at all. I'm so glad he's doing it. I'm just bringing those other, that idea. We need more of these. I love it. Like, I think those would be great to just have laying around just everywhere, just lined up. There's 50 of them in a row, and you just come in and you're like, you sign in somehow. I don't know how you sign in. Somehow you sign in and you pick it out, you get the key, and blam, you go. I mean, look, we have all these in Akron, Ohio. We have all these scooters sitting around. They're just laying around, and somehow people figure out how to make those things go. Why can't we do that? Now, I know not every homeless person has a phone and has money. I mean, it obviously should be free, but wouldn't it be cool? You just be like, check, I got it, and then blam, it open. I don't know. I mean, I love it as emergency shelter. I don't know why there was a tarp on top of it. Does it leak? I don't know. Does it need more insulation on top? I don't know. But I think it's great. I love that corrugated plasticky stuff. Think that's a super duper idea. I feel like it's good emergency shelter, and we should have no American should ever have to sleep unsheltered in the richest, most Christian country in the world. And those would be great. And they're cute, right? Like they're not like the problem I think with a regular like tent is that, you put a tarp over it and all of a sudden it looks a little bit junky. But I keep coming back to the fact that they put a tarp over the other one. So I don't know. But anyways, very cool. Glad he's doing it. You come up with an idea. More of these. Good job, dude.